From people that you look up to, you learn things from, and you try to emulate what they're doing. Clive Davis admitted, he say bisexual. I don't believe that's such a word from a man. I believe that only applies to females, but hey, that's Reggie Wright. But all of them men, Russell Simmons. I don't know anything about Andre Harrell. I can't say.
Clive Davis has reportedly stepped forward to reveal concerns about Diddy, specifically regarding accusations of misconduct and the exploitation of young artists in the music industry, which has been a long-standing issue in Diddy's career. As a result, Davis is under increased scrutiny, with sources indicating that he is worried about potential disclosures related to his involvement or awareness of Diddy's alleged actions.
Sometimes I treat my younger son like an older man, and not saying that I would condone that, I would handle it that way.
Right.
But I think that it was a mistake that it could be, we should move past it. It wasn't like she was naked or nothing like that. And if you look at the model game out here now, there's models like 14, 15 in Vogue, topless and things like that.
But people don't know that's their age.
Yeah. People don't know that's their age. What I'm trying to say is that nobody's really perfect in this game. And then I think we all getting scrutinized. From Barack Obama to Hillary Clinton to Reverend Wright to Britney to what's her name? Miley Cyrus.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? To Miley Cyrus, that we have to be perfect. And it's like, sometimes people make mistakes.
Clive Davis's connection to Diddy is receiving a lot of attention lately due to serious allegations against Diddy. Industry insiders say that people close to Combs, including Davis, are now under greater scrutiny as these new claims come to light. This situation has ignited discussions about past behavior in the music industry, with some suggesting that Davis and others may have been aware of certain questionable practices that have taken place.
Of course he's not going to respect females or women being that way. So he looked up to the male role model that was looking out for him and taking care of him. And I totally agree with Suge Knight when he says that he believed people like that. Clive Davis issued a statement immediately when Suge, when Suge made that allegation on the Como show, and pretty much saying, he's a felon. Okay, just because you're a felon don't mean you don't know what happened in the 90s and what's been going on in 2000s. And that while we listen to a felon, just because you're a felon, fuck that felon shit. We about to have a felon president.
Suge Knight, a well-known music executive currently in prison, has asserted that influential figures, including Clive Davis, either took part in or were aware of harmful practices in the music industry that affected Diddy in his early career. Knight went on to suggest that these experiences may have shaped Diddy's later actions and the misconduct he's been accused of.
Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Suge has always said that. Always have maintained that and said that he learned that from the higher ups. Gene Deal, y'all gonna give Gene Deal credit for it, because he said it, but I really believe he got that from, because I know all the shit he be getting from Reggie Wright interviews, and so I really believe he echoed that from hearing Suge Knight saying that before. But Gene has said it as well. But yeah, definitely Suge has believed that. I believe that. From people that you look up to, you learn things from, and you try to emulate what they're doing. Clive Davis admitted, he say bisexual. I don't believe that's such a word from a man. I believe that only applies to females, but hey, that's Reggie Wright.
Given these allegations, many notable figures linked to Combs and the music industry are reportedly anxious about possible new revelations from ongoing legal proceedings. The case is drawing comparisons to other major industry scandals because of its scope and potential consequences. As the investigation continues, prosecutors are said to be offering immunity deals to witnesses in exchange for testimony that might uncover deeper issues within the industry. The relationship between Holmes and Clive Davis was crucial to Diddy's early success. Davis, initially recognized for promoting brands like Zero Vodka, was introduced to Diddy by the influential music executive powerhouse, who worked with Columbia and Arista Records. This connection proved vital as Davis recognized Diddy's potential and helped him launch Bad Boy Records in the 1990s.
We are witnessing the downfall of Hollywood, a literal purge. If you don't know, Usher just deleted all of his tweets. I mean, this is just in case if any of it's incriminating when he has to go to court. And Cat Williams has been saying this for years. He literally called out the year. He said the year 2024 is going to be the year that this all comes out. And you know Cat Williams is just eating all of this up. Diddy definitely plans on bringing everyone down with him. It started with R. Kelly and Epstein, and it goes all the way to Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, poor Justin Bieber, and many, many others. And I just want to share with you one of my favorite Diddy quotes.
I do whatever the I want to do, whenever, however the I want to do it. You know why? Because I'm the freest in the world.
Things are about to get really interesting because it's not just people in the music industry that goes to Diddy's parties. It's Hollywood executives, actors. I feel like everyone was trying to get into these weird parties. So over the next few months, we are about to witness.
With Clive Davis's guidance, Diddy quickly made his mark in the music industry, transforming Bad Boy Records into a powerhouse label that launched legendary artists like Notorious B.I.G. and Faith Evans. Both Davis and Harvey Weinstein have been accused of being negative influences, with allegations that they mentored and groomed Diddy in ways that raised concerns. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Davis was depicted as a troubling figure in Diddy's career development. Jaguar Wright claimed that Clive Davis played a pivotal role in shaping Diddy's trajectory, even leading him down questionable paths that have contributed to ongoing controversies. Wright emphasized that while Davis is often viewed as Diddy's mentor, he was, in fact, his greatest teacher, suggesting that Davis's influence was crucial in guiding Diddy to become one of the most powerful figures in the industry.
Clive Davis put Sean Combs in position. That's what Clive Davis does. The amount of abuse that Janis Joplin suffered when she wanted to leave Clive Davis management. The amount of abuse Whitney Houston suffered when she was ready to write her book. And then all of the abuses that she suffered. You know, Luther Vandross, that was nasty work, Clive. Swinging it at Jay-Z's knees, I'm swinging it at Clive Davis's knees, and I'm swinging it at anybody else's knees who has had anything to do with this tyranny, with this evil.
Wright's statements have intensified the controversy surrounding Diddy, prompting questions about his actions and the influences shaping his career. Recent accusations detail disturbing misconduct occurring at Diddy's parties and events, where young aspiring artists were reportedly drawn in with false promises of fame. Attorney Tony Busby has announced that he is representing 120 individuals who are filing civil claims against Diddy, with allegations that date back to 1991 and extend through 2024.
And turned raunchy.
People were getting high. There were girls swimming topless, young-looking girls that were, not dressed. We moved to another part of the house so that he wouldn't be exposed to what was going on.
In later years, Diddy implemented a curfew for children.
The kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, but this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
I think he's a monster.
This week, Houston-based lawyer Tony Busby says more than 120 people are coming forward with claims Diddy sexually abused them.
Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15.
Did Diddy assault you in any way?
When you say assault, I don't know the exact definition, but he put his arm around me in an uncomfortable way.
Diddy is now behind bars, facing federal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. He denies all claims of sexual abuse, including against him.
The claims include serious allegations of misconduct and exploitation involving both male and female victims. Notably, 25 of these alleged victims were minors at the time, with the youngest reported to be just 9 years old, according to Busby. Evidence gathered for these cases includes photos, videos, and text messages that indicate a long-standing pattern of alleged misconduct at various events, from industry parties to private gatherings and auditions for aspiring artists hoping to enter the music scene.
To find out one, let me just read this here. So, Diddy's list of accomplices to be revealed in a new lawsuit, okay? In a new lawsuit. So in this story, this lawyer comes out and just drops the bomb on everybody. Tony Busby revealed that a list of Sean Diddy Combs' alleged accomplices will be released in a new wave of lawsuits involving 120 victims. He promised the names will shock you. The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there are a lot of names, he emphasized. We're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. The lawsuit covering incidents dating back to 1991 involving alleged of sexual abuse, many related to Combs at his infamous White Parties events, allegedly involving drugs. Busby plans to file cases across several states, stating we will leave no stone unturned to find all potentially liable parties. Combs currently detained after being denied bail twice, has emphatically and categorically denied the claims, calling them false and defamatory. Even his lawyer gets up, Diddy's lawyer, and says the reason why he's got 1,000 baby oils is because, you know, when you go to Costco and there's discounts, that's what he was doing, and people are supposed to believe
Save that money, Diddy. You got to do what
exactly
you got to do.
we all do that. We all go buy 1,000 bottles of baby. Go ahead,
I got
Rob.
3 in my bag right now.
Go ahead, Rob.
Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us.
Stop it.
With people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs.
The allegations surrounding Diddy continue to grow, with rumors suggesting that young stars like Justin Bieber, Usher, and Nipsey Hussle may have also faced exploitation early in their careers. Claims assert that Diddy allegedly leveraged their power and influence to manipulate these vulnerable emerging artists, using their authority for personal gain, as these talents were just entering the music industry.
Diddy Combs will stand trial in May on his sex trafficking charges. A judge at a hearing in Manhattan set the trial date, also discussing a gag order imposed on prosecutors and the defense, telling them not to discuss the case or provide any material about the case to the media, to the public. They contend that the government leaked a damaging piece of evidence potentially against Combs when a videotape from 2016 was played on CNN earlier this year. That video shows Sean Combs and his then girlfriend Cassie in a hotel in Los Angeles. It had been a secret, private for many years, but then it came to the forefront and was played publicly on CNN. The defense contends that that tape was leaked by investigators. Prosecutors say they have no knowledge of any leak, and they refute the allegation that they were involved in any leaks. The judge says he will consider potentially having an evidentiary hearing to get to the bottom of that. That won't happen for some time. First, the defense and then the prosecution will submit paperwork outlining their positions on this.
Usher, the renowned R&B artist, has shared his experiences at Diddy's so-called flavor camp at just 14 years old. Usher moved to New York City in the 1990s to live with Diddy, who was then known as Puff Daddy, for a year. This program, often referred to as Puffy Flavor Camp, aimed to immerse Usher in the music industry, giving him a close-up view of the lifestyle and the work involved under Diddy's mentorship during a crucial time in his early career. Usher described his time at Flavor Camp as filled with intriguing and wild experiences. Even though the camp had a notorious reputation, he recalled feeling a sense of brotherhood as Diddy treated him like a younger sibling. Reflecting on those days, Usher mentioned that he witnessed events he didn't fully understand at the time, suggesting that the environment was both eye-opening and complicated for a young artist navigating the music industry.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody
it was
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans. Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Uh-huh.
I had like, you know,
What
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
However, Usher has indicated that he would not send his own children to Diddy's camp, implying that it might not have been the best environment for a young teen. Despite the challenges he faced, he acknowledges that this experience was crucial in shaping both his career and his life. Justin Bieber has also shared insights about his early experiences in the music industry, which included interactions with influential figures like Diddy and Jay-Z. Navigating fame from a young age, Bieber dealt with significant pressures and challenges. Reports suggest that he may have been exposed to a party culture that, in hindsight, could be seen as exploitative.
Wait, so hold on. Why is there chatter about Jay-Z being in the same club as Diddy? Allegedly, it's because of his interest in young girls. So rumor has it that Jay-Z exploits young women in the industry, young enough to be his own daughter. Now, if you've been following Jay-Z closely, you'll know that he's far from the wholesome family man he portrays himself to be. So Jay-Z has been under scrutiny for quite some time. Do you guys remember when he was romantically involved with Foxy Brown? Yeah, she was just 15 years old and he was 27. That raised more than a few eyebrows. But wait, there's more. Jay-Z maintains close friendships with Diddy, Russell Simmons, and R. Kelly, each of whom has faced allegations related to their relationships with underage girls. Now, with fresh evidence coming to light, it won't be long before Jay-Z has to address these shady connections to.
These experiences raise questions about the effects of early exposure to such environments on young, emerging artists. Usher often shares stories about his time with Combs, emphasizing the mentorship and camaraderie he found in their relationship. Their interactions occurred both in the studio, where they collaborated on music, and outside of it, where they exchanged life experiences and insights about the industry.
Album to Puff, when it was pretty much done, just got his feedback, played it top to bottom, just wanted to see what he thought. And he was like, it's room on these records to continue to produce. You know, we had a good convo. He like, Nip, you know, you got potentially a classic album, and you know, it's things we could do to really push it over that limit. I respect Puff as a producer, as well as all the other hats he wear, but I think one of his most valuable contributions to hip-hop culture has been as a producer.
In interviews, TriniTEA highlighted the significance of these moments, illustrating how they shaped his approach to his music and career. He expressed gratitude for the guidance and support he received, noting that it helped him better understand the industry and refine his vision as an artist.
Height of his career, still very much so an icon and influential figure. So she's just a young girl from Northern California who's gonna believe that he had done something to her like this. So she didn't tell anybody. She did not hire an attorney. All she did was make the police report in the hopes that maybe the police would try to investigate and come up with anything. But she said she kind of felt from the police that they were disregarding what she was saying, even without saying Mr. Combs' name. So she didn't feel any confidence that revealing his name would have done anything.
Sure. I mean, but there's a police report. Yeah. I mean, that fact in of itself is a big deal, because when you're talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, you know, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the criminal complaint that was made. I'll attach the number so everyone can see that this is a real number and can go to the police department there and request their own copy of that police report that was made back in 2018.
Well, that's going to be a huge deal when it happens, obviously, so we want to follow up on that. Did Mr. Combs have any reaction? Do you know if he was interviewed? I mean, he was named in the police report?
I don't think so. Based on what she said, she really felt that the police were trying to bury this and disregard her claims and not really investigate, which is another reason why a lot of victims don't report these things to the police. We have to address the the elephant in the room is that we have victims, especially women, who go to the police, who are typically men, who don't actually investigate these things. They victim blame, they victim shame, and women don't feel safe or even protected to even make these claims because they don't think they'll be taken seriously, nor will their claims be investigated.
This connection also highlights the mentorship that frequently takes place in the music industry, where established artists help guide the next generation. The allegations against Diddy from Clive Davis, claiming that he exploited young rappers, could have serious repercussions for Diddy, particularly given the gravity of such accusations in the music world. If these claims gain momentum, they could result in significant consequences for him.
No deal that the U.S. Attorney's Office can offer, and it's certainly not one that Diddy will accept. It would involve decades in federal prison. We're talking about mandatory minimum sentences of 10 years for both the drug charges and the sex trafficking. So we know that Diddy has fought charges before. There were state charges, there were gun-related, the nightclub shooting with J-Lo, but he's going to dig in his heels, and this case is going to trial. So if you're prosecutors, you really want to make sure that your evidence is bulletproof before you go down that road.
Clive Davis's decision to expose Diddy's alleged exploitation of young rappers is significant and highlights the need for accountability in the music industry. If true, these claims could reveal troubling patterns of behavior and encourage others to share their experiences. This situation emphasizes the importance of ethical practices and mentorship for emerging artists. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments.